Iller
or
than most.
vicarious urine garglers.
Paul is iller than most.
Oh, illa than most. I got it. Yeah, vicarious urine garglers.
That shit's pretty funny too.
How do I
Okay.
see what order? How do I see what order he went in to pick?
It's I think it's like league, and then you can hit draft results somewhere in there.
Well, if you're looking at it, you can just go down for me.
Yeah, sure. So first round, Paul took Jamar over Lamar and Trevor Lawrence. I think that's a
This
fine pick.
this is
Let's
at pick 7, huh?
Yeah, that's what I would do in that spot. Would you have changed anything?
I wish I could see who was available.
Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Bijan, and I don't think you would take Fields
Nah,
or Lamb.
I don't. I take Jamar Chase over every single one of those guys, honestly.
Right, so would I.
Only one I'm high on. I'm kind of high on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I like
So,
Trevor, man. I think he'll be good.
but Lamar. I mean, the buzz has died down. He's still a good player, but
Are you on
my
your
hype for him
phone?
ain't there. Yeah, I'm on my phone. You gotta do it on a computer.
No, if you hit the settings wheel on the top right, you can go
Okay.
to draft results. It's on the bottom right.
Oh,
And then you hit
all right.
where it says drafts, and you can see all the players.
All right, you're a fucking savior.
Yeah,
Goat.
I
All
mean,
right,
Jamar
perfect.
will
I can
be a
see it now.
beast. He could be Randy Moss, bro. He's a freak.
Jamar is. It's insane how freaking amazing he is. How good he is.
And he's got Joe
Him, Justin
Burrow.
Jefferson.
I think he's better than Justin Jefferson. I would have taken Jamar over Jefferson, but I
Think so?
respect it. Yeah, for sure.
I guess. So did Jamar get hurt his rookie year?
No, he got hurt last year.
I thought he missed some games his rookie year as well for
Maybe he
something.
missed a couple, but I don't remember.
I thought he might have missed like the first. I thought he missed like the first couple of weeks or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Jamar is the best college player I've ever seen, bar none.
with your own eyes or just in general.
In general, dude. Was
Wow,
so
you
good.
literally live in College Station.
He was way better than Johnny, bro. Johnny just played quarterback.
I don't see a Heisman next to Jamar Chase's name, but
Jamar couldn't lose, dude. He would just go for fucking 30-yard bombs every play.
yeah, I don't know how, dude. He either run a freaking
He's like
go
six
route and just
one.
burn the dude, or he'd run a slant and just rack it after that.
He looks big for like a 6'1" wide receiver, but he plays even bigger than he looks, man. He's strong as hell.
I definitely would take my pick 7. I like that pick.
I like it too. Okay. And then we got Travis Kelsey in the second round. This one kind of surprised me when I saw it initially, but I don't hate it, honestly. And I think where Paul is
I
at is kind of a gross range. Like we got Saquon, JT, and Gibbs all went, and I think it's a
Yeah,
little early for Waddle and Olave.
yeah. Like who are you gonna like? He just missed out on Amon Ra and Garrett Wilson.
Right,
I mean, two great picks that would have if they would have fell to him, but I don't know who else I would have took.
right,
Maybe Saquon, but I mean, how many more years does he have? I
right.
guess.
He was already holding out. Like he might not get extended with the Giants, and he might go to some dog shit ass team. Then you might
I
not
like
want
it.
him. Right, I like
You're getting the
Travis as
number one
well.
tight end in fantasy,
For a couple years,
and
most likely.
yeah, for at least 2 more years, I'd say, barring injury, which
Mm-hmm.
he's shown to be pretty durable.
Definitely.
I like Travis a lot as well. I'm big fans of his first two players.
Yeah, and you have just such a positional advantage with getting the best tight end. You're gonna be going against guys starting fucking Evan
Fucking,
Ingram,
I'm starting
Dallas
Greg
Goddard,
Dulcich.
right,
So
Michael Mayer, right. Like he's Travis Kelsey's gonna get 10 more points than your tight end in all
yeah,
likelihood, you know.
yeah, easily. Yeah, I fuck with it.
And coming back around, we got Cooper Cup.
God dang, Cooper Cup in the third. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the sentiment is he's been injury prone, and the Rams may be on the backswing of their being good. Like Matt Stafford's 36 or 37, I think. So maybe some quarterback trouble in the future, but Cooper Cup will still be solid.
Oh yeah, sure. I like Cooper Cup.
Definitely.
Like I said, just I've had him in previous years. Both years I had him, he got hurt suddenly, but uh, when healthy, easily one of the top receivers every week they have to have on your team. And I say at least yeah, 2 to 3 more years for him as well. So I mean,
Right. He'll probably age gracefully. A lot of his game isn't based on being a super speed demon or being crazy in and out of breaks and stuff.
I feel like Dynasty's kind of weird. Like you're like, oh, I don't want Cooper Cup because he's like 30. I don't want Travis Kelce because he's 33. But like they're still gonna have good 1 or 2 more years. Like
Yeah,
that's still a long time for fantasy. Like you're gonna have a great player for at least 2 more seasons. Think about it.
definitely. It's a
You
weird
compared to me having
balance.
Premier having Greg Dulcich, I'm like, oh, I drafted for the future. Well, like
He's
that's
not
like
going to be
4 years
very
away. That's like
good for
four
like
years away.
a year or two, and then he's finally going to be an actual top 12 tight end, and then he might not get re-signed with Denver, and then you got some shit to deal with
Yeah,
that. And
it was weird. So I kind of wish in my draft I had drafted more,
for the now,
great now players. But
definitely.
yeah, his first 3 rounds were all fucking top 7 picks in this year's draft,
Right.
easily.
Yeah, that's a good point. In redraft, though, those guys are elite.
Very yeah. So he has a great receiving core right there already in the first 3 rounds, if healthy.
We got C.J. Stroud in the fourth. And that's a fine pick.
Yeah,
Decent enough spot for your QB1. I don't really care for Stroud. I think he'll be fine.
I I hate C.J. Stroud. He is. I would rather had Anthony. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm
Right.
looking at the other way.
It's either C.J. Stroud or Daniel
Daniel Jones went
Jones
after
in the
that.
next round maybe, but Daniel Jones is
I
also
get
kind of
it.
gross. Might not get another contract. So at least with C.J. Stroud, you'll
Yeah,
have him for 4 years, maybe 5 years if he gets the
tough
rookie
waiting. Tough
extension.
waiting to the fourth round in a draft where you get 2 quarterbacks.
Definitely.
But I mean, when you get those first 3 picks, I mean, who cares who your quarterback is really?
Right, and I really liked what Paul did later on with getting
Bunch of yeah,
Aaron Rodgers will be great this year. Kenny Pickett
yeah.
should be
Hopefully,
solid,
Kenny
and
Pickett
Ritter
looking
should
real
be
solid
solid.
preseason.
Right.
Ritter should be determined. Yeah, see what he can do with the Falcons offense.
I like the thought process though. Like at least two of those guys should be really good players or like
Yeah,
decent
if
enough.
anything, you're starting Kenny Pickett and Aaron Rodgers every week. C.J. Stroud, I feel like he's a bench guy until he proves otherwise.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like Damian Pierce in the fifth. I think that's a fine pick. It is a little scary because he's a fourth rounder. So if D'Amico Ryans
Mm,
decides next year, oh, we want to draft a running back in the first round, Damian Pierce is just fucked. But he's a beast. He's
yeah,
a great runner. He'll be really good
definitely.
this year.
You can definitely see from the running backs that dropped off after him. He was like the last of the good tier, I say.
Right. I wouldn't touch Swift with a 10-foot pole, but
Yeah. I mean, everybody else is like a young or you're banking on them trying to do something. He's like the last of the proven tier, I'm guessing.
yeah, I think that's a great pick as well. His first running back, good running back to build around.
And then Kevin Ridley in the six. That's a great pick as well.
I think so too. He's
Dude, this dude has a really good draft so far.
definitely. I liked what he did. I like
I
Calvin.
know I know Logan was looking to get him the very pick right after him, but he got stuck with Brandon Ayuk. He had
Ah,
been texting me. He wanted Kevin Ridley really bad.
damn, he's only 28. Feels like he's been in the NFL a long time.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah. And he's an old recruit too. I know that.
Right.
He
I
was like
remember he was
fucking.
like
He's like
24 when he
24-year-old
came out.
rookie.
hmm
Yeah, after like 3 years. But
And I don't know, he's gonna be fresh, relatively young,
year off.
ascendant offense. I like that. Good thought process there.
Yeah, Kevin Ridley. I like Kevin Ridley this year. And just see if he gets fed enough with a lot of mouths to feed. But he
hmm
should be the number 1 target.
Right. I love Zay Flowers. I thought he was a beast. I was
I,
really
I was
sad
I
he didn't
was
fall to me here.
I took George. I was debating Logan in that round if I should take George Pickens or Zay Flowers, and I kind of took George Pickens, hoping Zay Flowers would fall to the next one, and he didn't.
Tough,
But
man.
yeah, I like Zay Flowers, the new Hollywood.
Yeah, man. Same kind of profile. And Lamar's going to be throwing a lot more this year. Zay Flowers could be really good this season, even. Zach Charbonnet. I think this is where we get a little sus, but I think that's mostly
Yeah,
just because Seattle's kind of
I'm
sus.
not I'm not a fan of any Seattle backfield running back
I thought
this
he
year
was
at
a
all.
really good prospect too, which is why it's so
Yeah, kind of
sad.
sad they went to the freaking Seahawks. We got Kenneth Walker.
I think he'll get touches. Like I think he'll get 10 touches a game, but
I guess is he supposed to be the receiving back for them or
I
the
I think
and
both.
Walker's the running back?
I think he's gonna spell Walker a little bit, and he's also got better receiving chops, so he'll probably get 3 or 4 targets and then just work in whenever Kenneth Walker gets tired, I would assume. I know the Seahawks don't want to run the ball a bunch, so he'll still get work, but
Yeah, kind of weird because you just drafted. Well, I guess Smith and Jigba just got hurt, but they drafted to improve their passing game, and then now they got a running back by not really by committee, but they got a two-head kind of deal at running back.
right,
So I'm interested to
maybe
see how it works.
they've had a lot of injury problems, and if Kenneth Walker goes down, Zach Charbonnet's an RB1, so there's that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Same thing that happened to freaking Kenneth Walker. He dropped the rookie and hope Rashad Penny gets hurt, which happened. So
Right, not
worked
so
out for me
bad,
last year.
and that's kind of a weird range. I think I might have rather had James Cook over him, but I respect it.
James Cook,
He
yeah,
went
Kamara,
after. Kamara would have been cool too. We got Kenny Pickett. I think that's a great QB too.
Kenny Pickett, and Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
Good
Kenny Pickett,
spot
I
for
think
him.
definitely will improve this year. Did
Right.
Steelers get any new weapons on offense?
Nah, but they already have good weapons. They have Deontay, Muth.
Pickens.
They got Darnell Washington, I guess. And they made their offensive line better. They drafted some and signed some new guys.
Wasn't Kenny Pickett like one of the top sack dudes last year, or something like that?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Maybe. I don't. I remember the Steelers' offensive line was terrible, but
And we got
yeah, Kenny
Rodgers.
Pickett,
Yeah,
Rocket Rodgers.
fine
You been
pick.
watching any Hard Knocks?
No, I do not. Have you been?
Yeah, I watched the first episode. I need to get caught up. First episode, he looked pretty good. Looked
Nice.
pretty good. Looked like Aaron Rodgers. So I like the Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers connection for sure.
They could win the Super Bowl, man, for sure. They got a good
Maybe.
defense, really good defense. And Rodgers is kind of all you need on offense with a good weapon.
Yeah, and they got the fucking quarterback, so they should figure it out. Zach Wilson on the bench now. We'll see what they do.
Hmm I like
Let's see.
Roshan.
Roshan, I like Roshan and Jamal.
Me too. I definitely was
Roshan,
hoping I could get both of those guys, but did not get the opportunity, which is sad.
I really haven't been too into like fantasy on over the off season. Just been kind of busy, but like I've kind of been seeing more on Roshan Johnson because I wasn't even aware he got drafted by the Bears. I know he was a pretty good running back prospect coming into the draft though, but I kind of like how he fell to the Bears running offense. Khalil Herbert starting over him though, kind of
Definitely.
takes it down a little bit, but I like him as a prospect for sure.
Right.
Especially in the what round is that? The 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And who knows if Khalil Herbert gets re-signed in 2 years. And usually the running backs in these like heavy running offenses with running quarterbacks, I feel like the running backs they like average really high yards per carry, but they just don't score as many touchdowns. So at least he'll be efficient with the little touches he gets.
yeah.
My guy one of the guys I have on YouTube that I watch loves Roshan. It's like his favorite talent running back besides Bijan this year
Hmm. For this season or for Dynasty?
for the rookies this year. Like it
Um,
was Bijan as his first running back and then Roshan number two.
wow.
Yeah.
I can see it.
You got Jamal.
How about
Dude, his picture is
Jamal,
crazy. Click on his picture.
that dude's a fucking crackhead.
He's funny. I mean,
He should have a good. He should have a good first 4 games with Kamara being. Kamara's been suspended 4 or 6.
three.
Oh, it was only 3.
Yeah,
Did he freaking appeal it or something? He got knocked drop down.
I guess.
Hmm.
No
Yeah, he
punishment
should
for
have a
hitting
good
women now.
first start of the season.
And after that, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, Jamal Williams is always a touchdown vulture. Sorry, whoever had DeAndre Swift last year.
That'd be me. But yeah, man, he's a decent player. I think he'll play. If Kamara ever goes down, Jamal Williams will be probably splitting touches with that other Kendra Miller.
Kendrick Miller. Man, he's pretty exciting too.
I didn't like him that much, but apparently other people do. So I don't know.
I think they used a second round pick on him, right? So I mean,
No way.
second or third, second or third, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe a third. I don't think they use a
Kendrick,
second.
I don't know who got him, but
Okay. Desmond Ritter, kind of gross. Might
I
not
don't
be the
like that.
quarterback after this year, but he's gonna run and he's gonna play this year, so he has the chance to win the job, which I definitely think is worth a shot in the 13th round. Who
I
gives a
definitely agree
fuck
with you
about?
saying Desmond Ritter being gross. I definitely agree.
Definitely. Like he could have gotten
I
Trey
definitely,
Lance or some shit. This round is already really gross players.
yeah.
We got Rondale. I kind of don't like Rondale more. He's getting beat out in camp by a guy I drafted to be the wide receiver too, and he's also
Who's
like
that?
Rondale Moore, or the guy,
Who's he
my
getting beat
guy
by?
is Michael Wilson.
Never heard of him. Damn.
Right, he's a rookie this year, but he's like a 23-year-old rookie. He's an older rookie.
And now he has Josh Dobbs thrown to him. You really want that?
Right, the offense they're gonna be bad this year.
Unless
What
you
are,
do like screen game.
and he's also not this regime's guy, and he's such a weird profile. He's like 5'6", right?
Yeah, he's real small, but
5'7",
fast as hell.
right? It's
But fast
just
as hell.
he's weird, and I think if your coaching staff's not invested in such a weird guy like that, it's gonna be hard for them to actually use him well. Um,
Let's see. Any gems at the bottom that you like? Just kind of cut it off.
I like Abanikanda. Thought he's a pretty good player, but he's buried on the Jets.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
th
good things.
I like Gerald Everett. I was actually wanting to pick him at this point.
That's nice. And the 17th round's pretty good pick.
Yeah, he's gonna play. Be a maybe tight end one in redraft this year. Cordero, kind of don't like him,
Uh,
but it's the 18th round, and he might score points this year,
yeah.
so that's worth something. Spiller, I think he's maybe never gonna be shit in the NFL, but that's fine.
Not on the Chargers at least.
Right. Zach Wilson, kind of a cool
Maybe
stash. Aaron
maybe
Rodgers
Aaron
is the
Rodgers rubs
mentor.
up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Robert Woods is on Houston now.
Yeah.
Thought he's still in Tennessee.
Nah.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Maybe that might be a late round find. Damn.
maybe.
And the 22nd. I mean, it's still the Texans, but
He was washed for Tennessee,
he's
but who
yeah,
knows?
very old, very old. And then a nice nod to the goat, taking Tom Brady last round.
Definitely. That's cool with me.
All right.
That Paul's got a weird team because it's really win now with his first couple picks, and it looks nasty, nasty. And then
Yeah, looking at it, you're like, damn, this team is actually pretty good.
Rodgers and Kenny Pickett is still a solid quarterback duo, even though they're pretty late, with Stroud kind of hoping to develop. And I think
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
think
to
he's a
get these running backs. Like I get that his running backs aren't great, but Pierce will be really good this year, and you just hope that some of these other guys work out. I think that's kind of normal. You just kind of have to piece together your RB2.
I guess he has RB2 figured out for Jamal Williams for now.
Right. Paul's
Until
got a pretty good win now team, I would say.
yeah, definitely he has a great team. I would agree.
Um, who would you say is a really good value that Paul took, and someone that's you maybe didn't like the pick?
Value. Well, I can do my don't like the pick is CJ Stroud right off the bat. I don't think he's gonna be very good at all. Uh,
More
and
talent
then
focused, sure.
yeah, 18 on the Richter, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, the QB test. We should take
The
that shit,
QBI
bro.
test.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah,
sounds funny.
and then best value. I'm probably saying Calvin Ridley in the six.
Yeah, I like it. I definitely think he could have gone like if you flipped him and Jerry Judy, I'd be happy with that. I don't like Jerry Judy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think my value would be Zay Flowers. I loved him. I was hoping he'd
Yeah.
fall to me. And then the pick I didn't like the most, I'll say Zach Charbonnet. But I admit he's a good prospect, and sometimes you got to bet on the talent. So,
Yeah.
and you could just as easily fall into being an RB1 this year, so easily.
Yeah. One injury or one good breakout game away, and it's all his.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna move on to
Right.
Alex now.
Alex.
So if you're Alex in the first round, you taking Trevor Lawrence or Lamar?
Trevor.
Okay. I think I would have taken Trevor too, but I totally get Lamar because Lamar could
Former
win.
MVP.
He could win the MVP this year, and I wouldn't be surprised. One and two, that would probably bump him up to being the QB2. I don't think Trevor Lawrence goes up to the QB2 after this season, no matter what he does.
Lamar's still freaking young. He's still 26, so like
Right, that he's still young enough to.
crazy young. He's same
Hmm.
age as Joe Burrow, which is insane.
That's weird to think about. Damn.
And it feels like yeah, that's. I like it. Like I said, you can go and gone. It's all preference.
Right,
Uh,
I agree 100%. Good
but yeah,
pick.
Lamar, Trevor. He made the right choice, regardless going quarterback.
I
I
agree.
feel like
I wouldn't have taken Bijan there. We got Amonra, which I think is a good pick. Kind of
I
safe.
do like him.
You don't take the really old player that's Travis, but Travis is still good. Damn, Amonra's only 23. Yeah, he'll be really good for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Jeff, he definitely got the first couple picks. He got a good blend of great now and young at the same time. So
Yeah,
it's definitely what you're looking for when you're drafting first couple rounds in a dynasty. I feel like though.
we got Eckler in the third. This is where you could be a little, maybe a little more critical. I
Eckler over Chubb, I don't know.
Eckler over Chubb, Eckler over the tight ends too. I think I would have taken either of the tight ends in that spot
Mm,
over Eckler.
I don't know.
Eckler's really
Kyle
good.
Pitt,
He was like
I
the
don't think Kyle
RB1
Pitts were.
last year.
Yeah, I had Eckler last year. RB1, great, uh, solid running back. Gonna give you at least like 17 a week.
And you kind of think, as long as he doesn't get injured, and running backs do get injured a lot, that his game could age kind of gracefully. He did get signed to, I think, play for 2 more years after this one as well. So that's good.
Yeah, dude, I'd say I like Nick Chubb maybe for a dynasty more. I would say.
Really?
I don't know. I guess it's PPR. They're like neck and neck with me, so it couldn't really gone either way. I do like his running back pick over the tight ends, though. I don't agree. I'm not a fan of. I'm a Kyle Pitts denier, I guess. Not saying I hate him, but like
Really?
I just don't think it's gonna amount to anything.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, yeah, it's your pick. So Mark Andrews, in the third round, I guess that would have been good. He could have matched him up with Mark Andrews,
Dude, that would have been crazy.
with Lamar
Lamar and
Jackson.
Mark,
I mean,
that'd have
yeah,
been sick.
that stack would have been great. But I can understand trying to get your running back situated after not getting at the first two rounds.
And we got Tua in the fourth. Very high
I like
risk, high reward.
I like Tua.
I, yeah, I mean, we're right next to each other. I was not taking Tua here. Wasn't even thinking about taking Tua. I don't want to take this guy. I think he really loves football. So even if he did get concussed again, I think he would still keep playing. They'd have to tell him he couldn't play. But
Yeah, he finds someone to play. Yeah, he's definitely a baller.
he'll be really
Showed
good.
Armstrong what showed the Armstrong wasn't really that big of a deal as everybody's trying to make it seem last year.
I mean, he still has some throws where he underthrows the shit out of Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle every
I'm
game, but it's they're still gonna win and be a great offense in spite of it. So I agree. He'll be good. He'll be like a top 10-ish quarterback as long as he's healthy. That's a fine pick.
1 second. I'm gonna mute myself for 1 second.
You're good. Going down to the fifth round. Just keep going by myself, I guess. Uh, Actually, who's in the Discord? Anyone want to jump in for a sec? We got Logan Freeman, if you can hear me. No worries. I'll go on solo dolo. You got Judy in the fifth. I personally don't like Jerry Judy at all and think he's not. I mean, he was good at Bama, so it's kind of weird, but I just don't think he's that guy. He's always been made up by the fantasy community to be this future wide receiver one because he was the next Bama wide receiver after whoever. I can't even remember, but I think he's a little overrated as a prospect and as a player. Russell Wilson's kind of sussy. Obviously, he pulled his hamstring after this, which isn't fun, not ideal. But I would have went in a different direction here. This is kind of a gross range though too. I don't know.
Sorry,
That's a
sorry
tough
about that.
spot. You're
Mom
good.
called.
No worries, man.
All right, where are we at?
Jerry Judy.
EU.
I don't like the player, but I do kind of recognize this is a little bit of a weird range.
I don't like Jerry Judy too much, but I also see that he still has potential, being only like was he 2 or 3 years into the league now?
Yeah,
And I mean, he's a freaking former Bolitnikov winner. You've seen the highlights of him. Like, and I feel like the Broncos were everybody in the Broncos kind of just ass last year. So like,
definitely. You would think Sean Payton gets them to be, if they're a league average offense, Jerry Judy's probably a wide receiver too, you know?
and Tim Patrick got hurt again.
Right.
Uh, so it takes one less mouth to wait. That has to be fed, and maybe it increases some targets for him.
I think I might go Michael Pittman if I was Alex here, but I get the Jerry Judy pick. Then we got Quentin Johnston coming back around on the turn. Chose QJ over Calvin Ridley. That's kind of a interesting pick.
That's ballsy.
Just prioritizing the youth, I guess, and trusting that one, he'd be good, and two, that Herbert will be an elite quarterback.
I'm gonna assume he didn't see Calvin Ridley was still on the board when he took Quentin Johnston.
Maybe. I don't know. I know he was ranked above him
I do
on
like Quentin
Sleeper.
Johnston. It's just we have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, who I mean technically both injury prone players if you really look at them. But so maybe Quentin Johnston could be like wide receiver one for a couple games this season.
I mean,
But still
I
a
don't know.
rookie.
He could be a beast. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. He's 6'4", runs really well, good with the ball in his hands. I've
Like I said, I like him. Just he's everything goes to plan. He's wide receiver three, so
I don't think so. I think he could maybe be the wide receiver too, but I guess that's just 1 year. Even still, you can project him further and him taking over.
I would personally I would take the next three receivers after he got drafted over him. That's just my take.
Wow, Terry too? I definitely wouldn't take Terry over him.
I'm kind of intrigued by Terry. He's shown to be kind of decent with the trash quarterbacks before, so
I get that, but you just don't want to sign up for that, man. Having been on that ride, you don't want to get on there willingly.
you don't want to get on those 8 points a week rides.
No, man. I'd rather just have a guy that in future could develop into something with a great rapport with Justin Herbert.
Yeah, definitely a great pick though. I mean,
Right, it's
like I said,
fine. It's
Brandon
not
Ayuk and Calvin Ridley, but Quentin Johnson being a rookie and great offense. I guess why he took it.
right. It's exciting. Njoku in the seventh. This one's kind of
I,
weird. I
I
don't
do like
fuck with it.
Njoku. You don't like Njoku?
I think he's fine. I just wouldn't have drafted anybody
That
after the top three tight ends because,
we got to eventually.
well, I would have taken like Dalton Schultz or Luke Musgrave
Uh-huh.
or
I got
fucking
you.
Gerald Everett. I would have waited a long ass time.
I
Um,
got maybe not the seventh. Yeah, I would agree. Let's see. Who could you have taken after?
Christian
I
Kirk would have
mean,
been a nice
Christian.
flex.
Yeah, Christian Kirk or I like. Do you like Freiermuth over Njoku more? Which one? What do you think?
Um, like I said, I wouldn't even have considered either, but I think I would have taken Muth for Muth.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Njoku's kind of boomer bust. Freiermuth more got that stable floor.
Right, and Joku has like the athletic profile to maybe be a future tight end. It's like a top three
Maybe,
guy, but
maybe he breaks out with Deshaun Watson having a full year now this year. Well, I
Right.
guess we'll see.
You can project the Browns to get a lot better on offense. So that's I can see why you do it.
I don't know about this. Yeah, none of us don't know about the seventh round for it though. It's kind of when you look at all the picks in the eighth round that you could have had, or you know, makes you think.
Madison? I think Madison at this spot's good for your
Yeah,
RB2.
yeah, he's gonna be RB1 on his own team to start the season, and he's shown he can handle that one. That one's been hurt before, so
Their depth chart is nobody. They have nobody
they just
behind this
signed
dude.
Miles Gaskin today or
Right.
yesterday.
He's gonna maybe catch passes. Like
Yeah,
Madison's the guy.
yeah.
So
How different like Alexander Madison.
you gotta take your shot on guys that are gonna get the work for sure. And the
Definitely.
Vikings were a really good offense last year, so all he has to do is score a lot of touchdowns and be not that efficient, and he'll be really good.
Yeah, he's got to do in the eighth round. That's probably going to be starting for his running back for his team. So can't be complaining about that.
Montgomery, I like David Montgomery here.
I haven't never really been a fan of David Montgomery, even when he started on the Bears. Uh, but I don't know. Something's kind of shifting. I guess I kind of see him. I'm trying to see him a little bit like maybe he'll be like in a Jamal Williams role from last year or something.
Right, he's gonna be the grinder back to go with Jahmyr Gibbs, is what I would expect.
Yeah, grinder goal line when it's tough, need a yard, need a touchdown here. I'll give it to David Montgomery over Jameer Gibbs for sure.
And I
So
think he's just a better player than Jamal Williams. I get that Jamal Williams had a million touchdowns, but
yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. And he's the Bears' offense is ass. So going from the Bears to the Lions is a I feel like there's more
it's
opportunity
a
for
good
him to
situation,
get
man,
those touchdowns.
for sure.
I like it.
Tyler Lockett, this is Alex's boy. I think that's a good pick. He's gonna produce, be like a wide receiver too for a couple years.
Yeah, I've seen some guys on TikTok or whatever. That's where I get my fantasy info from. I've seen some guys be down on Tyler Lockett this year, but I don't understand why. I feel like he's Mr. Safety Blanket.
Yeah, I definitely like. I think that's the best pick available in this.
I think
Looking
he's
at
I
the
think
guys
he's
after.
I think he's a real safe pick, and especially getting him in the 10th.
Yeah, man. We got Jalen Hyatt. Did you watch a lot of college football? I actually didn't watch much college ball last year, so I didn't
Uh,
see him. But
only thing I've really seen on Jalen Hyde is just burning people because he's fast. But I heard he's a good prospect. I just saw he score a touchdown in the preseason game. Was it this week or last week? Uh, I mean, could be good. I'm not
yeah,
the biggest Daniel Jones fan, so we'll see how that goes.
I think Brian Dable's legit. I think it's good to be a part of that offense. And I think if he's good, Brian Dable will notice he's good and get him
And
more work.
who do the Giants have for weapons besides Darren Waller right now?
Right, he could easily be their
He could be
Z,
the number
like
two
their deep
target. Yeah,
receiver. Yeah.
so not a bad pick. Not a bad pick for sure.
We got
Let's
Cole Kmet in the 12th. I think that's a pretty good pick. Like I he traded Dalton Schultz for a different player and got a third back, so I get that. But you could have just had not Njoku here and rocked with Kmet and Schultz, and I think that's fine. Cause
I
like
don't know what's up with Alex and tight ends, but
he
he
does
loves tight ends.
in redraft he drafted I think three tight ends as well. Maybe that was
Yeah, now
Keaton.
he has four on this. He has four on this one.
He traded away Schultz I think yesterday though.
Yeah, so now he has three. But yeah, him and Keaton has some weird draft strategies for sure.
They
Yeah,
were
I'm
both
kind of
good last year though, so like
kind of scared. Alex has to pick before me, so I'm assuming Travis Kelsey's gone to me. Just because his love for tight ends.
fucking yeah, I think Okamet'll be good. The Bears will throw it more than whatever 24 times the game they did this past season. He'll be
Hopefully,
better. I think
DJ
they
Moore.
have to. They have to, dude.
Think the teams are focusing on the run on them, or
Yeah, I mean, also just they were bad. Like they're if they want to win more games, they're gonna have to throw the ball more.
yeah, just prove show Justin Fields can do that.
Yeah,
Which I think he can. I'm a Justin Fields believer, so
you got Sam Howell in the 13th. I like that pick. He
nice
was a
young
good
dude,
player in college.
potential. I've always kind of been a fan of Sam Howell.
Me
I
too.
made a dumb bet after the Orange Bowl after he cooked A&M that Sam Howell would go number one overall pick with my cousin.
Wow, that is a
Good thing it
bold
was only
pick.
good thing it was only $5, but after that man diced A&M up in the Orange Bowl, I was like, that dude's a stud.
That was like his best season, and it was weird that he regressed so much, but
Yeah,
I could
and
see
then he
him being really good.
fell all the way to the fifth round, so I was kind of way off. But I do still like him for sure. I don't know besides Terry McLaurin, who's gonna throw to though.
They got Jahan Dotson too. He was really good.
Oh yeah, they did. I had him last year.
I
Yep. Yep.
they're like the sneaky decent team, and I could actually see him being their quarterback of the future. And I can't see
Yeah,
that with
for
Desmond Ritter, so I think I would flip
for
flop those. But
yeah, I could definitely see him. Getting like three years as quarterback, and then if he's not cutting it, they'll probably draft a new one. But I could definitely see him getting a pretty long leash in Washington with them being not so good.
we got Dalton Schultz here in the 14th.
I guess technically that's Donovan Peoples Jones now.
Yeah, and this third round pick, I think that's fine. DPJ will be maybe decent if Deshaun Watson's good.
Yeah,
I would have
uh,
taken Luke Musgrave if I was getting a tight end. I love that guy.
never heard too much about Luke Musgrave. Is that who they drafted in the first round, or is that who they drafted with their second round pick?
Second rounder, I believe. He did played only like 20 games in college, and he's just a freak athlete. He's like 99th percentile in everything.
On the athletic test or whatever that they scale.
Yeah, and the combine, he was a fucking freak.
I
So
got it.
he's maybe a little bit of a project, but I think he's gonna start this year, so I think that's fine. Um, Devin
After that,
Singletary,
nothing really crazy the rest of the round. Nothing the rest of the draft, huh? I guess you
yeah,
got Raheem Mostert. You think Raheem Mostert's gonna cut out anything this year?
he'll be starting for probably a game and a half before he gets hurt. He'll be good
Who's
when
their
he's playing too.
who's their other running back? It's not Devon Chain. Their other
Jeff
one.
Wilson.
Jeff Wilson. Yes, that's who it is. 49er backfield. Yep.
I think Ertz is probably a sneaky good last round tight end pick, honestly. He'll be
Yeah. Let's
probably
see if Trey
startable.
McBride takes over for him or not.
Right.
And I have no idea who Dontavian Wicks or Elijah Dotson are. I don't know. People have no idea
Me
who they are.
either. Those are some later round guys.
Huh.
Yeah.
You got a light. You got yeah.
I'm fine with this draft.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Got his quarter. Got I feel like he got two good quarterbacks, two good running backs, and then he got his star wide receiver with some room to with someone who could possibly break out this year
Right.
and or
Worst
future.
case, Johnston can flex while you have Tyler Lockett in your flex.
Yeah, and then a boomer bust tight end. That's like it's like if you're not getting Travis Kelsey, Mark Andrews, like that's kind of what you want is a dude who can give you 20 a week, and then maybe next week he'll give you two.
Yeah.
All
Um,
right, on to you now.
yeah, it's a solid team. Not bad. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we got to do the best pick, best value, and worst pick. You think?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Best value. I like Tyler Lockett in the 10th. Worst value. I gotta go David Njoku in the 7th. Just seeing the other receivers and running backs that came off after.
I know it's not too easy, but I think I have to agree with you on both. I think just in general, Tyler Lockett could have went around earlier, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. And
Yeah, definitely could see him going before Rashad Bateman. That's for sure.
Njoku could have went a round or 2 rounds later, and I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, we
An
can go on to mine.
agreement on there. Let's see what blonde. How you say a blondicus?
Yep. This was my first ever gamer tag. I made it when I got my Minecraft account when I was like 12.
Nice, blondicus.
Probably gonna
All
change
right,
my fantasy team name, but that's what it is for now.
I
We
like
got
it.
T-Law in the first.
What was your thought? What was your game plan going into the first round?
I was praying T-Law fell to me,
Really?
and I would have taken. one of the wide receivers if they were there.
Okay.
Didn't want to take Bijan.
Didn't want to. You wanted Lawrence over Fields?
Yeah, never was thinking about Fields over Lawrence. Not that Fields is going to be bad. In my heart
Trevor's
of hearts, I
Trevor's
know
better.
Trevor Lawrence will be like a Pro Bowl quarterback for a long time. And Justin Fields probably will be really good for a long time, but he could still be
He seems like he could be a flash in the pan.
like Marcus Mariota or some shit, and I wouldn't be that surprised. How many
Yeah,
games have the Bears won with him? Like six is the most they've won in a season,
if that. Well,
right?
if he was even playing in those six. Yeah, I
Um,
definitely agree. Out of everything that's available, I would have taken Trevor Lawrence in your situation. Just like I said, if I was Alex, I would have taken Trevor Lawrence at 8.
hell yeah, nice
So
one
I
pick
like.
of value according to Noah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I like it. I like it. And then love second round pick as well.
Garrett Wilson, man,
Um,
he's a beast.
I'm sure you're hoping AJ Brown would have fell to you.
Honestly, I think I'd have taken Garrett Wilson over AJ Brown.
Really?
Yeah, maybe that's me being a little not focused on the now and focused too much on the future, but I think Garrett
I'm,
Wilson could be almost as good as AJ Brown this year and then going forward even better.
I think Garrett Wilson is yes, he is a top tight end. I mean, not top tight end. He's a top receiver this year. I see AJ Brown being a top 5 or 4 receiver this year, though, in my opinion.
Right, they're both wide receiver ones in redraft. I think mostly it's just about quarterback play after Rodgers leaves
Yeah,
that
just
can
see
limit
what,
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson from there, how that works. AJ Brown has his set in stone for the future.
But I didn't get the chance to make that choice.
Yeah,
Would you have
but Garrett
chosen
Wilson's
Brees
great.
Hall or Garrett Wilson at this spot if
Garrett
Brees Hall
Wilson.
was available?
I'm not a
Okay.
Brees Hall fan.
I think Brees is good. I think I'm just anti running back.
Yeah, we can get into Logan's in a little bit. That's an interesting draft.
Yeah. And then Kyle Pitts in the third. You said you don't like Kyle Pitts. What's
Not
the
at
deal,
all.
man?
Just the Falcons are a table franchise, and they drafted a running back this year. Like Kyle Pitts is going to be used for blocking, and even when he has tried to been used for receiving, like what's his like career high in receiving? Like there's not many very 20-point games coming out of Kyle Pitts so far in his career.
I
And
get what you're saying.
I don't think that'll change with Desmond Ritter at quarterback either. Which you've like you said, Desmond Gross is gross.
I get what you're saying, but I think Desmond Ritter will be better than Mariota was last year. And Pitts didn't get to
Okay.
play with Desmond Ritter. Also, he's so talented, it's not even funny. He's a
Yeah,
monster, dude.
former fourth overall pick with still
Fourth
only
overall. He could be better
like
than Travis Kelsey.
he's going into year 3 and he's only 22 years old. So I mean I definitely see the potential and it's not a redraft. I gotta remember that it's not a redraft draft. It is
Worst
a
case, if
dynasty.
they suck, they're going to draft Caleb Williams or Drake May. Also, keep that in mind.
Yeah, so like I said, gotta keep in mind it's not a redraft draft. It's a dynasty. So
Also, this is me being biased, but I like their head coach. I think Arthur Smith, he was the guy that was the Titans head coach or offensive coordinator when they went to
yeah,
the playoffs like 2 or 3 years ago. I think he's good. I think he just loves to run the ball. So hopefully they're building some nice play actions off of that. They got good weapons. Drake London, Kyle Pitts. You think they throw the
yeah,
ball a little more this year, but I can see why you don't like it. And I think I definitely see the argument for just taking Mark Andrews instead of Kyle Pitts there.
yeah. Definitely would have had Mark Andrews over Kyle Pitts. I would have taken T.J. Hawkinson over Kyle Pitts.
Wow, that's
Probably
crazy.
Darren Waller, and George Kittle as well.
Before the season last year, Kyle Pitts I think was the tight end one in Dynasty. And I get
Yeah,
that's because you're projecting a lot, but he was really good
yeah.
as a rookie, I think. I think he had 1,000
Just
yards.
just preference. I take for sure T.J. Hawkinson and Darren Waller, and then maybe not Darren Waller. I don't know. For sure George Kittle and T.J. Hawkinson over Kyle Pitts.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
but to each their own. Each their own.
Yeah. Nick and Logan, who
Uh,
I was drafting with, liked Kyle Pitts a lot there, but that's fine.
Logan Chamberlain.
Yeah,
Oh, huh.
he's fine with swapping for Kyle Pitts for Mark Andrews at any time. But his team's also more future focused, so I could see that being
Oh.
part of his thought process.
Yeah, I would if I were drafting a tight end that early, Kyle Pitts would not be in my on my board, and probably like I probably wouldn't want to take Kyle Pitts like the 6th or 7th round but he went third.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's just how
funny.
I feel on Kyle Pitts though in the Falcons.
Sure.
Let's see, next pick, Josh Jacobs. I'm sure you were excited to see he re-signed for a
Yeah.
year.
I was very happy with this pick. I figured he'd resign.
It was a gamble, paid off. Uh, glad he didn't hold out. And dude's
Right.
just freaking stud.
Yeah, he was the RB1 last year, man.
Yeah, and I'd take him over any of the running backs drafted after him as well. Even if he like knowing if I knew he wasn't gonna hold out, I'd take him over all those guys easily. So
Yeah. Hopefully he gets a contract for next year, but
I'll see. He's only 25. That's insane. He still has
yeah,
4 years.
he should be pretty good for a couple more years. Jordan Addison, how do you feel about this
Mister
one?
Mister Speed Demon himself.
449.
In this vehicle in his car.
Oh, that's did you see it was because his like cat was sick or something. His dog was sick
Yeah, his
maybe.
dog had an emergency, and he's taken to the vet.
Yeah, that's okay. That
Yeah,
that was reassuring.
but how did he do at USC last year? I know he's a pretty small guy. Was it 5'11", 173, 175. Bit like Devontae Smith. Yeah, that's what his bio's saying. Uh, I like him. First round pick, number 2 right away, right behind Justin Jefferson with a good quarterback getting thrown to him. Let's see, any receivers I would have taken over him. Mm, I could see it's justifiable, definitely.
Right. This one, the more I've been looking at it after the draft, the more I've been like, ooh, I don't know if I should have done that. But I did it now.
It is one where it can be kind of too early, but
If I swapped him and Zay Flowers, I wouldn't be sad. I'll say that. I like
think
Zay
so.
Flowers a lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
I get that Jordan Addison was really, really good in college, and he'll definitely like. I think Jordan Addison's safer, but I think Zay Flowers could be the wide receiver one for the Ravens, which is better.
Yeah,
And Jordan Addison
definitely.
will never be the wide receiver one for the Vikings.
Never. No, very true. But that doesn't mean he can't be an Adam Thielen for you.
Right, and he was a wide receiver one for a couple years in fantasy.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a reach, but not nothing crazy in my opinion.
And I didn't like the guys besides Michael Pittman after him.
I don't think taking Jerry Judy before him would be the right pick, but I'd probably have Jordan Addison over Jerry Judy in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
nothing too bad at least.
he took 3 straight receivers here. He got 2
Yeah,
receivers
man.
sorted out early. Godwin and Traylon Burks.
Yep,
I like
hopefully
Godwin.
Traylon's good.
I like Godwin. Who's he got? Baker throwing to him.
I think they'll be decent, man. They got good weapons. I don't think.
Godwin. Godwin's the safety blanket of that offense. I feel like
Right.
Mr. Short Game. Uh,
I don't
get a
think the
decent amount
wheels
of
are falling
targets.
off the bus. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I said I think he'll get a good amount of targets. I don't think they'll be too run heavy or anything. You know, they only have Rashad White really on their offense, so for running back, um, I guess he has Mike Evans taking catches away, and that's it, huh? So I guess it just depends on if they can stay on the field.
Definitely. I think they'll both be fine. Fine enough.
Traylon Burks, I was also looking at Traylon Burks. Yeah, he was in my queue. Uh, for also possibly getting drafted that next round in the 8th. So I like him. Uh, like the potential he has. Dude was a freaking tank in college. Dude
Right.
is 6'2", 225. He's literally AJ Brown. Just not playing like AJ Brown at the moment, but built like him.
Right. Wasn't healthy a lot of the year. Came back. I
Yeah.
think he was had good like PFF grades and stuff, but and he
Is
had like some decent enough fantasy games looking back, but
is Tannehill their starting quarterback?
yeah, he will be for this year. I think they're gonna do Tannehill this year, then Will Levis next year, and then they'll just see what they got. They could be good this year, dude. They have DeAndre Hopkins coming in.
Derrick Henry gonna be healthy again.
Yeah, they could
Yeah,
maybe challenge for the AFC South, scare the Jaguars a little bit.
yeah, I can see it. Titans are always a sleeper team in my opinion. They
R-
come out of nowhere and there's kind of a pretty good football team.
Right, they're well coached, man.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel.
And you got
We're
Aaron Jones in the eighth.
two Packers back to back.
See, for this one, my thought process, him over Madison, was Aaron Jones has been good before, and
Mhm.
he's signed to a contract. Madison probably is the starter this year, but if he's not that good, they're gonna replace him. You know,
I
they
definitely
have
see.
no allegiance to him.
I could definitely see your thought process. If I was in your shoes, probably would took Aaron Jones as well. I can see the thought of though Madison has no competition really, and Aaron Jones has AJ Dillon.
Right.
Um, and now you're seeing reports that the Packers are trying to trade for Jonathan Taylor too, and you're like, what the fuck are they
Yeah,
doing?
that was weird, man. I was like, that was really weird. I didn't even know what they were thinking.
Yeah, I was like, okay, anything to have Jordan Love not throw the ball, I guess. It's just I don't know.
He
So
looked
maybe they
good
don't
last year in his one little game he played. I'm a big
against the
Jordan Love guy.
Chiefs.
He was good.
He was average,
Oh, he
average.
played a couple games.
He
Let me
was
see.
meh. I think he just played that one game against the Chiefs. Yeah,
What? He didn't play any games against the Chiefs.
or maybe that was 2021.
Right. I think it was. He was 4 for 5 in week one against Minnesota, 2 for 8 or 2 for 4 against the Jets, 6 for 9 against Philly with a touchdown, and then 2 for 3 against Minnesota again. So I mean, it's not like he's played a lot, but he's gonna be the starter this year. Talented player, and
He was still young. I mean, someone had to draft Patrick Mahomes his rookie year, and his first year as a starter, and look how that turned out. Came in MVP, so you never know.
right. I'm taking my shot, and he's gonna play this year and next year probably. So
Uh, also, who are you really gonna take over him that in that time frame? You just missed out on Kenny Pickett and Geno Smith, and like, unless you wanna like have a good quarterback in Aaron Rodgers for 1 year and have nothing else after that. I mean,
right.
Jordan
I'm
Love's kind
either
of there.
this range is gross too. Like it's either Jordan Love or Mike Williams, which is fine, but I don't need a wide receiver at this spot. I don't feel. Yeah. And then next round, I got James Conner. I really like this pick, honestly. What do you think about it?
I've always kind of been like a skeptical fan of James Conner. Uh, like he's I've been a fan of his. Like I like watching him and seeing like how he's successful in fantasy and everything. But like I'm like skeptical to the point where I'm like I don't want him on my team though, because like I feel like this is the second he gets something, he's gonna get on my team, he's gonna get hurt or something.
Right. He's a pretty injury prone guy, but I think he's just gonna carry the ball a million times and catch the ball a good amount until he gets hurt, he'll be a good player.
I mean,
So,
I didn't take James Conner, but I did take his backup in Keontae Ingram just in case. So
right. James Conner is the tank commander of the Arizona Cardinals this season, dude.
dude is a tank
They're
for
gonna
sure.
ride him into the ground just like this season.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals are tanking. Can we talk about that for a second? They're like trying to lose every single game. I don't know who they're gonna draft, but they traded away or they cut Colt McCoy, traded
Are you a
Simmons,
Texans fan?
Isaiah Simmons.
Are you a Texans fan?
Uh, uh, not super strong, no. Are you? No, you're Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys.
Why do you ask?
Because the Cardinals have the Texans pick.
Oh, shit. They don't even have their pick this year?
The Cardinals have the Texans' first round pick because the Texans traded up to get Will
Oh,
Anderson.
you're right. You're right. I thought the Cardinals traded away their pick.
No, so the Cardinals have the Texans and their own first round pick.
Yeah, I
And so
thought that was dumb.
now every mock draft is Cardinals taking one Caleb Williams and two Marvin Harrison Jr.
If I was the Texans, I would not have traded up for CJ Stroud, but
They traded for Will Anderson.
I would have just taken Will Anderson. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. Kept what I think they traded off from like 12-3 or something like that.
Yeah. But we're not the Texans. I like James Conner. I think he'll be good for a year. I needed a running back. Fine with
I
me.
like it.
Josh Downs. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was also on that Sam Howell team that
Yep.
lit us up in the Orange Bowl. I think
Yeah, with him
he's legit, dude. He's legit, legit, legit.
on the Colts. Did he take
He,
over for Alex Pierce at the wide receiver too?
no, I don't think he's taking Alec Pierce's spot. They're two different of roles too. Alec Pierce is like 6'4" and is a deep threat. He could be the wide receiver three though.
Hmm.
Josh Downs is
Pick 11 in round 11 though.
he's twitchy. I think he'll be
Over
good, man.
Brandon Cooks. You could take Brandon Cooks. That dude's not even 30, I don't think. Yeah, Brandon Cooks is 29.
I get what you're saying, but
Brandon Cooks.
maybe in hindsight,
That's not really too many really a receiver. Like there's really not too many receivers left after that. So I mean,
my
because I
thought
mean, look at all
process
the
is
receivers
here.
taken after. It's all young guys that are just like maybe this guy pans out into something.
Right. My thought process was I want a guy that will probably increase or at least hold his value for next year, and I think Josh Downs will.
Hmm.
And a lot of my guys I like love his talent profile, and I see it. And Marvin Mims, he already went up in value just because all the Broncos are hurt. But
Marvin Mims was a stud at Oklahoma.
right, he's a stud. I think he'll be good in the NFL. He'll be a wide receiver two or three at least.
I also think Russell Wilson improves this year, so
Right, so do I. And
I like both.
then, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I like both young picks.
Me too. I maybe wish I could have fit in Tank Bigsby somewhere in there because I like him too, but
Mm.
I'm fine with having missed out and just
So,
banking the
question:
wide receivers.
I think Travis Etienne. Do you think Tank Bigsby is that big of a player this year?
I think a lot of that's smoke, personally. I think ETN's still the guy, but I think I could see the split being like 75-25 with Tank
Mm-hmm.
getting a good amount of goal line and a good amount of receiving work, which is not ideal. But Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence and ETN are still boys, you know? Like,
yeah, Clemson was sure.
I think there's and ETN has juice, even if he doesn't have like the great kind of traditional receiving skill set where he is a good route runner and instead he's just a really good screen threat.
Yeah, I definitely took Etienne, not even knowing that the Jaguars took Tank Bigsby. Like I said, I didn't even look into fantasy that much this offseason, so I wasn't even aware that Tank Bigsby was being like rumored as a possible player for them this year.
He's getting so much smoke. I think, but Tank isn't even this great goal line back or something. He's a
No,
good.
it's like an elusive power back. I get like he's a good back.
They
Like
have
I
similar
like.
skill sets, ETN and Tank Bigsby, and but
I did not like A&M playing him whenever he was at Auburn. So
right, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's stealing the job or anything.
okay,
This pick,
back to
I
your team.
traded
Back to
with
your team.
Nick for Cortland Sutton.
You traded Nico Collins.
Yeah, it was a couple picks, but I got Cortland Sutton, Samaje Perine, and Michael Wilson for
Damn.
Nico Collins, Elijah Mitchell, and Jerome Ford,
Hmm.
basically. So just pretend
And you
this is
got what?
Cortland Sutton.
What did Nick get?
Nico Collins, Elijah Mitchell, and Jerome Ford.
And you got what?
Cortland Sutton, Perine, and Michael Wilson, the Cardinals guy that I like.
Okay. I feel like feel like you got maybe a little bit more value in that. Just my opinion.
I like to
Uh,
think so. I like Cortland Sutton
Cortland
too.
Sutton over Nico. I'm not a super crazy Nico Collins fan. Um, I'm not very high on any Texans players really than Damian Pierce.
Me either.
Or Don Schultz because he's a former Cowboy, but even I think he'll regress some in the Texans offense.
Probably.
And then Elijah Mitchell for Samaje. Mm,
Kind of a wash, I think.
yeah,
But I think Samaje will be good and maybe startable for the whole year. Elijah Mitchell will not play through the whole season.
no. And then Jerome Ford, and you got Mike Wilson. I mean, is Jerome Ford like the third string for the Browns?
Um, I'm not sure. He might be the backup.
He's due from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's back up and you got, I mean, that's his preference at that point. If you want, you're in love with Michael Wilson,
Oh,
and
the
you might
Browns traded for
Ford.
Pierre Strong, so Jerome Ford might be the third stringer, but we don't
Mm,
know. Right, that's it's late round flyer, guys.
yeah,
Um,
Mm,
how do you feel
I
about Will Levis in the
hate
15th?
Will Levis.
Really?
Yeah, he's a bust.
Really? I think a lot of people hate him, but I think he'll be decent. I don't see why he won't be.
I think he's just terrible. I don't know. I didn't. I was like, this dude was garbage at Kentucky. He's winning the second round for some reason.
He's a stud, man. He's like 6'4", he's got a rocket arm. He's got some pretty good film. I don't know.
I don't see. I see like 100-yard passing games at Kentucky and regular missed throws and everything. I'm like, this dude is trash. Why is he? I was like, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I hate the Texans. I was like, I hope there's all that smoke saying the Texans take Will Levis. I was like, please take Will Levis. This dude is a bust. Right.
Late round, whatever.
Zay Jones in the 17th.
Right? I
Great
thought
pick.
I thought that was a good pick. I could
Great
start
pick.
him a couple weeks.
Definitely.
And then these
Garrett,
last couple guys,
Garrett Gray, I've heard, was a sleeper.
some rookie running backs, just to ride on the
But
taxi squad, pretty much.
Jelani Woods is a freak athlete. We'll see if he can do anything for the Colts. Yeah. Just some flyers at the bottom, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I cut those guys for a kicker and a defense. And I cut Jelani Woods, I think, so I could pick up Zach Moss for the Colts.
After the Jonathan Taylor news.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Nothing.
that's my
Not
team.
bad. Not a bad draft overall.
Kind of a young team. I didn't really
Yeah.
real, but young, my everything else is young, but my running backs are old.
Which is the one you wanted to be young. Not a bad draft, I say. A little bit, couple reaches, a couple great picks though. Kind of evens out. Just it's not like Paul's team or anything. We're gonna be like amazing this year,
Right.
but young team. Like I said, not a bad draft. Reach or my reach pick. I ain't gotta say it.
Yeah, you hated Kyle Pitts, man. That's surprising.
Yeah, just not. He just doesn't do it for me.
Apparently.
Um, Great value pick. Mm-hmm. I'd say either James Conner in the 10th or Zay Jones in the 17th.
Thanks, man. I agree with those. I think my worst pick value-wise for my own eyeballs would be Jordan Addison, but only because I could have gotten him later.
Yeah, probably a round or two.
And my best, I'm gonna go with I think James Conner. I think that's a good pick. He'll be good this year, even if it's only for a little band-aid. Okay, we can go to Logan's team. Logan's got a weird team. So does Michael. Then we can analyze James's damn auto draft after. So Logan started with Bijan. I think
I'm
I'm
sorry, what were you
fine.
saying?
Uh, Logan started with Bijan is all.
I like Bijan.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll maybe be the RB1 this year. Falcons are gonna run the
Maybe.
ball a million times.
I don't think. I mean, unless they pull a Kyle Pitts on him, I think Bijan's gonna be a star.
I agree.
And I hate anything Longhorns. So
He's a beast, though. I don't know why he went to UT either. That was so weird. He's from Arizona. Um, Brees Hall in the second. I thought this was a little. I thought this was a little out there for my taste, but I don't know. He'll be a good player for sure. I would have went wide receiver here though, just
yeah,
safer.
especially you just passed up Garrett Wilson in one round, who were wide receiver ones.
Yep,
Then you just passed up for Brees Hall, who like not even guaranteed to be an RB2 this year.
right. I think he will be. They're gonna be a good offense, but just have to see when they
And,
get there.
and Brees Hall over Saquon. That's a even if you're trying to go running back in the second round. I think he takes Saquon and Jameer Gibbs over him.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just why I didn't want to go running back early, just because it feels like their shelf life is so short.
Yeah.
Because these other guys, Saquon might be not even half the player he is right now in 3 years, you know? I think, and Brees Hall could be the best running back in the league in 3 years.
Very true.
That's not what we would do, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
On to Mark Andrews. Like I convinced Logan to take this pick actually, and I don't
Hmm.
think you can go Nick Chubb here after already drafting two running backs.
Oh no.
So I think that's almost definitely the pick, unless you want Bryce Young. But I think I go Andrews over Bryce Young.
I would take Dak Prescott.
Really,
That's points right there for a while. I'm a Cowboys fan, so what do I know?
Dak's 30. I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's good. 5 years left.
You're probably right, but mm, I like Mark Andrews.
It it all depends how many trash points Dak gets this year and how good he'll be.
Sure. I liked this pick, the Kyler Murray in the fourth round. What'd you think of this?
Mm, it's a stash pick. Not really going to be doing much or anything this year, right? Is he out for the season?
We don't know for sure, but it's seeming he's on the pup, so he's gonna miss the first 4 weeks. And it could totally be one thing where the Cardinals just start sucking, and they say, "Okay, Kyler, you're not coming back."
It all depends on what his next team is. There, I mean, everybody's already saying the Cardinals going to draft Caleb Williams, so
I don't think it's a sure thing they draft Caleb Williams though.
mm, I feel like a new coach probably doesn't want the old coach's guy.
Maybe you're right.
I feel like Kyler could go to the Falcons next year and they could be a very, very good offense.
I think Kyler's like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. So I think Logan getting
Mm,
him is the cheapest his dynasty value will ever be, regardless of what team he's on.
I don't know about top 10, but I can definitely see where you're saying his value might be the lowest, as cheap as it's going to be get, and then he comes back healthy and starts putting up numbers again, and then his value rockets up.
He was the MVP frontrunner for the first half of last season, man. He was good. The narrative shifted after the Call of Duty claims came out.
I thought that was 2 years ago. I
Two
thought.
years, you might be right, yeah. But either way, he's still the same guy.
Hmm,
I would don't make your final verdict on him, is what I'd say.
I have
He's
not.
still only like 27, 26. He's not old at all.
No.
And
I,
then I'm done talking about Kyler. Do you want to talk anymore though?
um, suspect pick.
Suspect. Okay. It's definitely a future pick, which is
Yeah.
already another future pick on Logan's team because you don't think Brees is going to be 100% this year, coming off the ACL, which is scary. And
Yeah.
then
That
Daniel
quarterback,
Jones in the
I don't
fifth. This
Did
is
he die?
definitely Logan being a little panicked because he didn't have a real quarterback in round 5.
Let me see. If he doesn't take Daniel Jones, who's he gonna have as a
He
number
could have
one option?
punted. He could have
QB?
got like Kenny Pickett in the 8th. I don't know. Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins. I don't think I would have taken Daniel Jones here.
I think he should have done Dak Prescott in the third and T.J. Hawkinson in the fifth, and switched the quarterback or running back rounds or tight end rounds. Excuse me.
Yuck. I wouldn't have done that. I would have just taken Michael Pittman in the spot and then Debo in the 6th and then just gotten Jared Goff and fucking Kirk Cousins or some bullshit. But they're both different ideas. We both can agree we don't like Daniel Jones here.
Yeah, no, not really.
I don't like Debo there either, honestly. What do you think about Debo?
See, it's a love hate relationship for me and Debo because I drafted him 2 years ago during his breakout year in like kind of a late round.
Yeah.
I think it was the 6th or 7th, and I got him. And he had that breakout game week 1 and goes off. I'm like, he's not gonna be much this year. He's let me so high, and dude becomes the top 5 receiver in the league that season. And then I get him last year, and he starts having hamstring issues and he starts fucking up. So it's like, it's a love hate. It really just depends on his health. I mean, I feel like he's the number one receiving option over George Kittle
You're probably right. They're kind of weird though. They have Debo weeks and Kittle weeks and whatever.
in C-Mac weeks. So
Definitely.
let's see, I mean, who do you really take in that's drafted after him? Who would you
I would have
take?
taken Godwin and Ridley over Debo personally.
Yeah.
What about you?
See, I keep thinking Godwin oh, Chris Godwin, he's freaking good. And I'm gonna be like, we gotta remember what his offense is now. He don't got the same team around him that he did before.
Dude, that's weird. Chris Godwin's been in the league for 2 more years than Debo. That doesn't feel right. Um, I don't know.
Godwin was in the league for like he didn't break out to like his third or fourth year.
Yeah. Damn, Jameis. He's played with a lot of quarterbacks already. Um, I mean, there's similar-ish ranges. I just don't like Debo that much, but that's just me.
Yeah, I could see why. I could definitely see why.
We got Jamison Williams in the 7th. Logan
Mr.
tanking this
Prize
year.
Pick. Mr. Prize Picks. I like Jameson Williams. I like the pick.
I think it's a fine pick, yeah. He's really talented, but
Dude came off a 20 ACL and scored a freaking touchdown bomb his first game back last year. So
he was a monster in college.
yeah,
I like,
I mean, they drafted him as he was the number one receiver drafted in his class, right over like Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson.
yeah,
Yes, I mean, high investment in him. They'll give him a chance once he comes back.
for sure. He's the wide receiver too. In an offense that doesn't have a lot of targets to go, or a lot of mouths. It's just Amon-Ra.
Jared Goff's underrated, so
I like Deontay Johnson. I think he's a really good player. He's a former wide receiver 1.
mm-hmm.
Crazy enough. And
Ooh.
I think that Steelers will be better than they were last year. I don't mind
Yeah,
that at all.
I like Deontay. Definitely prime for a bounce back.
Uh-huh. Rashad Bateman. I
Mm,
think Zay Flowers is going to be better than him, but he's going to get a shot. And I think the Ravens will be a good offense, so he'll be a piece of that.
man, I don't like Rashad Bateman.
I don't either, but we're getting to kind of a gross range of players.
I would rather had Mike Williams for sure.
Me
But I
too.
might rather had Tyler Lockett. Mm, yeah.
We got AJ Dillon in the 10th. AJ Dillon's weird, man. I just would have thought he'd be the starter already.
Yeah, do you take? So Logan took Logan took Khalil Herbert in that round after he took AJ Dillon.
Yeah,
Which one would you rather have?
definitely Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, and even James Conner get drafted right after him. You do the pick after him. That's a starter right there. And he drafted a handcuff. I mean, he's a handcuff, but like he's also they've done tandem where
I
they
think
both get their reps in during the game.
I think Logan's thought is he's already got Bijan and Brees, and maybe he just wanted more upside than James Conner. But
Possibly. AJ Dillon's also 25, so
right, I don't know. He's weird. The Packers didn't really let him have a chance to take over because they brought Aaron Jones back. Brian Robinson, I think he's just
I,
a guy.
I like Brian Robinson.
Right, he's good. He's a running back. Has a body.
He's not gonna get the receiving work like Antonio Gibson is, but
No, definitely not.
nothing crazy, nothing spectacular. Uh, Mac
Mac,
Daddy.
that's a good QB too, honestly. He'll be fine. Probably not that great this year, but maybe they draft more weapons and he gets better. Jaden Reed, don't know much about him as a player, but he's got a bunch of hype out of camp, so hopefully he
Yeah,
looks good as the
the
wide
Duke
receiver
they
3.
draft Michigan State, right? Let me see. Yeah, Michigan State, 5'11", 23-year-old rookie. Yeah, I guess it all. I can't really say anything about that pick, other until I see him play. So I don't really know too much about him.
Right. Trey
But
McBride,
I like that pick.
don't know shit about him.
Trey McBride I think he was a second round pick. Yeah, second round pick, Arizona last year. Let me see some of his games. Let me see. I think he played. I think he had a couple decent games last year. Yeah, he ended the game last
17.
four. Last ended as a tight end 2 in week 17. So he has potential. I don't know how much they're going to use Zach Ertz though.
Right. I figure they'll
I'm sure
probably use him.
I'm sure they'll try to start phasing him out, looking like they're trying to rebuild. So I think the Trey McBride could be a pretty good pick on the 14th.
Maybe.
I'll
Like
probably take
on a
Dalton Schultz
flyer.
over him though in that 4th round though.
Probably, yeah. I would as well.
And your boy Luke Musgrave, I'm sure you would have taken him as well.
Yeah. Let's see. These last couple rounds. I think
And then
CEH in the 17th is probably a good pick.
you think Renal Fournette has on anybody?
Probably. He's too good not to.
Who was Michael Carter, Hunter Renfro?
Kenny Gainwell might be the starter for fucking the Eagles. I think that's a good pick too.
I think they'll start Rashad Penny or Swift.
Rashad Penny can't stay healthy. And they like Kenny Gainwell. I don't know. He's been there this past
Mm-hmm.
year.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about Michael Carter or Curtis
I feel like he's kind
Samuel.
of lost in that backfield. So
Right. They have a million running backs. And Hunter Renfro, that's a good pick. He could be a startable wide receiver.
yeah, you can definitely play on a bye week for you.
Last round of the draft. Hell yeah.
Beast mode.
Honestly, Logan's on the tank commander of our fucking league this season.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the Cardinals of our league.
But
Drafting Tyler.
if some stuff breaks right for him, next year his team could be monstrous. So there's that.
Yeah, he didn't draft anybody old.
He could
It's,
literally have
it's
the top 2 running backs in fantasy football next year with
well,
Mark Andrews, with Kyler Murray coming back. Jameson Williams could increase a lot in value.
Deontay, how old is Deontay? Deontay's 27, dude. Dude's just hitting his prime. I mean, Rashad Bateman's 23, so I mean, can you really write him off? Maybe, but also maybe not.
Right. I don't mind Logan's draft. A lot of his decisions made sense, but the end result is kind of scary.
All right. What's your favorite value pick?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with CEH because I think if Jarek McKinnon or Isaiah Pacheco gets hurt, he just absorbs their work, and he's a pretty damn good player for fantasy at least.
Okay.
What about you?
Favorite? See, it's kind of tough because it's not like, oh, he got a great player here at this round. It's kind of like, oh, he took a shot on this guy and right here. I could see it for a lot of his picks. I like Trey McBride in the 14, but that's also one where it's like he hasn't really shown much yet.
Right.
I guess Hunter Renfro in the 22nd.
I mean, there's value everywhere.
Hunter Renfro in the 22nd, or if I want an earlier round one, I'd probably say Deontay Johnson in the 18th.
I think that's a good one too.
I mean, in the 8th. Sorry. Reach, Brees Hall.
Yeah, Brees Hall is probably a little bit of a reach.
Or if you
My
want to be
reach is
not,
Daniel Jones.
yeah, say if you want to be not basic, I'd say Daniel Jones or Rashad Bateman.
Okay, enough with Logan's team. Yuck, yuck, yuck. On to Michael's team. I hated Michael's draft and didn't think it made much
Horrible.
sense.
Let's see.
I think Justin Fields here makes sense. Don't mind that at
Great,
all. Good
great
quarterback.
pick.
Yeah. AJ Brown makes sense.
I
Great
love AJ Brown.
player.
Great pick.
Love to start your team with him.
I like Nick Chubb. Also, I think is a great pick.
Right. He'll be good for at least 2 or 3 more years, you would think.
And then you
And
take
then
Jack Jigba.
JSN here feels way too early to me.
Very early. I'd take any of those 6th-round guys over him.
6th round?
All the 6th-round receivers,
Oh, wow.
I'd take all of them over him.
Wow. I mean,
And
I
then
think I agree, but that's just crazy to say. I would take Josh Jacobs over, like, wouldn't even think about taking anybody besides Josh Jacobs here if I was Michael.
yeah, Josh Jacobs in the 4th.
Or Tony Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard, Jacobs. What do you think about Ramondre?
I like him. I think he'll be good.
Yeah, I
I,
definitely will.
I
He could
don't
take a
trust the Patriots to invest in him long term, but I think he'll probably find another spot elsewhere if they don't.
yeah. And even receiver, he passed up on DK and Devontae for Jackson Smith and Jigba. So
Hopefully he's legit. I mean, Michael thinks he's going to be awesome, so if he's awesome,
and
it could work out.
he started his career on the injury
Right.
list,
That was not a great start.
but we'll see. Rookie year.
We got Swift in the 5th. I don't like this pick.
I think it's a little early for a backup running back.
DeAndre Swift never gotten all the work. He's probably going to be in a committee, and he might be like the receiving back on the committee on a team that doesn't throw the ball to the running backs. I don't.
Yeah.
This one, like after JSN, this one blew me away even more. And then fucking Dalton Kincaid right after.
Yeah.
What the hell, Michael? He was just going off. I think he'll be the starter, which is something. And if he's a better player than Dawson Knox, I could see this being a good value. Not a good value, but like a reasonable value. But he definitely reached. You could have drafted him in the 7th or maybe the 8th even.
Yeah, I took Kincaid over Waller and Kittle and Goddard.
I just know the rest of the league would have definitely let him fall all the way back to him. I get wanting
Yeah.
to take your guy though.
Michael likes to take risks, and it's worked out for him like last year. So he took freaking Damian Pierce like the 4th round last year when he was like a projected like 7th or 8th.
Right. I would have taken him in the 6th or the 5th, but didn't get the chance.
Christian Kirk, Amari Cooper. I
I
like
think
both those
those
picks.
are great picks. Michael went
I
back
probably take Deontay Johnson over Christian Kirk, and get Deontay Johnson and Amari Cooper paired together.
I get
But
that.
can't complain about Christian Kirk. Aggie and 2 performance.
Dude, Amari Cooper was the Aggie Slayer. He killed us whenever we played him. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
remember.
That was like me getting into A&M, so I wasn't too familiar with players,
Sure.
but I'm sure he did.
Dude, he would go for like 2 touchdowns every time. Him and fucking Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle always murdered A&M.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't mind those picks at all. Kirk will be
Can't believe
really
the Cowboys,
good.
traded him for fucking a 5th round or 6th round pick, whatever it was.
That was insane. That didn't make any sense at all.
And then fucking signed Michael Gallup to a big ass extension.
I
But
think Christian Kirk, Amari Cooper, AJ Brown start over JSN the whole year.
easily.
But
Mm,
what do I know? Russell Wilson
Yeah.
as your QB2,
Not bad.
kind of scary. You think he's going to get better, but he actually has to get better.
And he's getting older as well.
Yep. Evan Ingram, dude, like Evan Ingram as your tight, like he's going to start over Dalton Kincaid in your lineup most weeks.
Yeah.
And that's just
Yeah.
so early to draft a guy to be your tight end 2. That doesn't make sense. I like the Evan Ingram pick, honestly. I think he'll be good
Yeah.
for a couple
Evan
years.
around 10. And I like anybody in the Jaguars offense, honestly. I just like their offense.
He's like their
But
third best weapon. He's
I
gonna
hope they
catch the
don't.
ball. And then we got Tank right after, doubling up on the Jags. It's
You
a
got
fine flyer.
2 straight Tank picks.
Yeah. Tank Dell. I
Tank
don't know shit
Bigsby,
about Tank Dell, honestly.
Tank Dill. I think he could be pretty good this year. Maybe probably not 1,000. Definitely not 1,000-yard receiver good, but I think he can be high hundreds, like 800s, possibly with a great year. Depending on how the offense does, because there's not many options in the Texans' offense other than Dalton Schultz and Damian Pierce.
Right.
And they invested what was it, a 3rd round pick on him? Yeah, 3rd round pick, early 3rd round.
This felt like a reach to me, but I don't know. And it's also the range in the draft where it's kind of just get the guys you think are good.
Yeah, that's just whoever want to take a flyer on at that point.
Yeah. I'd have taken Marvin Mims over him for sure, but it's fine.
Debatable. And then Darnell Mooney and Alan Lazard. I mean,
Mooney's a good
you're not gonna
player.
find you're not gonna find many more like proven guys than that down in this range.
Alan Lazard kind of ass, but Aaron Rodgers likes him.
Yeah, I mean, you followed Aaron Rodgers, so maybe somewhat of their connection they'll link up for something here and there in this season, but I doubt it.
Justin Ross made the final roster for the Chiefs.
I think that could be a sneaky pick, possibly.
Right.
Dude was a beast at Clemson. Just see if he can stay healthy
For
in the
1
league.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, his freshman year, then he couldn't stay healthy. Who the fuck is Xavier Hutchinson? This dude is a Texans fan. This dude's a Texans fan for sure.
Yeah, Michael went a little crazy on the Texans.
Hey, DTR though, great pickup
Well, I guess.
for a
Backup
stash.
quarterback.
And
Why
then
not?
two defenses, debatable.
Deneric Prince got cut today.
Did it really?
Yeah. 2 defenses is sus. What the hell? The Jets will be great
Uh,
defense though.
Generic Prince got signed to the practice squad.
Yeah, he got cut from the roster.
Hayden Hurst.
It's fine. He'll be a starter.
And then
Good last round pick.
another 3rd tight end team, and then RG3. I guess you just saw Marshawn Lynch and Tom Brady get drafted, and you want to have some fun too.
Yeah. Get lit.
Could have took Sam Darnold and had an actual possible chance of getting a quarterback.
Boo. Have fun.
Let's see.
My favorite
So,
value.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mari Cooper, man.
Mari Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a wide
What
receiver
about yours?
1 last year. He was really good.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, you got freaking DPJ as their number 2, like, or Joku, whatever you want to go with.
Yeah.
What's your reach?
My
I
bust. My
think you know.
bust. Dude, gotta be JSN. Because DeAndre Swift is. I don't. This. If you really want a running back, I get why you'd go Swift over Dobbins. Or I'd go Rashad White over. They're both so bad, dude. I got a JSN and Swift. I can't pick just one.
Let's see. Definitely gonna take Jason as my bust. That in the 4th is very high.
That's crazy, man.
And now he's freaking hurt too to start the season. So, and Steele,
Mm.
I think Evan Ingram.
I like that pick, man. That's a really good
Evan
pick in
Ingram
the 10th.
in the 10th, getting a starting wide receiver.
He could
In
totally
the 10th,
finish
pretty
as like
good.
the tight end 5, dude. It wouldn't
Yeah, I
surprise
could
me.
definitely see him finishing a top 5 tight end.
Let's
All right,
analyze
final
James's
team.
fucking auto draft.
Did this do auto draft the entire draft?
Yes.
Oh my
His
gosh.
team's pretty good too.
What's you got?
CD and McCaffrey on the turn. I don't
CD
think I'd change a thing.
McCaffrey.
I like that.
Yeah,
And then
I
Bryce
agree.
and Dak. I think that's
That's your
fine.
quarterback.
Quarterbacks to build around. Neither of them are gonna have the elite upside, I don't think, but that's fine. You can always
Yeah,
draft a rookie.
yeah. You get the
Maybe
number
you'll
one
get
overall pick, and that
yeah,
freaking dude. I mean, Dak Prescott's gonna get you points, so
right. Pretty good
especially with
win
his
now
weapons.
roster right now.
Well, yeah, and then T.J. Hawkinson in the 5th. I really like that.
Yeah. Solid tight end.
And Pittman in the 6th. God dog.
Right into Pittman. Pacheco and Miles Sanders are both gonna get touches this year. Shit, man. Auto draft might have the best draft in our league.
And then Mike Williams in the 9th.
Yeah. Dude,
Like
what
that's
the
a
hell? The auto draft cooked our asses.
yeah, that's a great first 9 rounds right there.
I wouldn't change a damn thing. That's crazy.
Balanced as hell too.
Oh,
Three receivers, 3 running backs, 2 quarterbacks.
yeah.
You got your starting tight end, who was a freaking top 3 tight end today.
Kendra Miller's a solid pick. You think
Yeah, for the
he can
future,
maybe take
definitely.
over the backfield after Kamara leaves?
Mm-hmm. A Conquo.
Chig might be a little bit of a reach in this spot,
Yeah,
especially
come on.
considering you already have Hawkinson, but
What are you doing auto draft?
pretty good player. Brandon
Yeah,
Cooks here is a great draft. I think I was gonna draft him if he came back to me.
yeah. I like Brandon Cooks. I think he performs pretty well in the Dallas offense.
Yeah, man. Great wide receiver too to have. Chase Brown.
I
Uh,
don't know about it.
he's the
5th round.
handcuff for Samaj JP. Ryan. I think this is kind of a wasted pick personally, because I think if Mixon goes down, they're gonna have a committee, but
Yeah.
it's the auto draft and whatever. Rashad Penny in the 14th. I think this is a great pick.
Also, yes, very good pick.
If
I think
Penny's
Rashad
healthy,
Penny's the start. I think Rashad Penny's the starting running back for the Eagles
right,
to
and if
start until he stays healthy, until he gets hurt. I mean,
he'll be good until he gets hurt too. He'll be like a startable running back until he gets hurt.
yeah,
Cedric Tillman. I've heard some hype on this guy.
dude from Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of player he is.
Yeah, Browns offense.
Not gonna analyze it anymore. Adam Thielen. Kind of
Could be a
poop.
starter. Could start a couple of weeks for you if you need him to.
Yeah, not ideal though.
Don't expect nothing crazy, but
Look at that. Auto draft gave him the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Yeah,
That's
this dude must have queued up some Cowboys because he had 3 Cowboys.
He's got a bunch of fucking Panthers too.
Dude, then he got Higbee in the 19th, Baker
Yeah.
in the 20th. He took both Buccaneers quarterbacks.
Higbee's a great pick here. Baker's a solid pick. Good to have some QB depth. Kyle Trask, I don't think I'd want both of the Buccaneers quarterbacks, but
No, definitely not.
Tyquan
Then
Thornton, fine
and
flyer.
Sam
Darnold,
Darnold, quarterback backup if he's starting for the 49ers if Purdy goes down.
personally, I would cut one of these. Definitely cut Trask.
I'm
Maybe
definitely cutting
Darnold too
Trask.
for some other flyers, but that's fine. Overall,
Pretty good
best
draft for a
value.
freaking
Yeah,
auto draft.
really good draft. Really good win now team too.
Mm-hmm.
Best value pick. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go Mike Will.
Mike Williams in the 9th.
We've been talking about how much we wanted him so bad. We gotta give him some props. And
Definitely.
biggest reach. It's tough because it's the biggest reach is the 11th round, so it's not even that big of a reach. But I'm gonna go with Chig, just because there's still some real players left after that that I like a lot more than a backup tight end.
Okay, my best pick. I'm gonna go. I'll go Brandon Cooks for best value.
I
I
like that
think
one
that's a
too.
great, especially with the receivers that were drafted before him. Getting a player like Brandon Cooks in the 12th round is a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
Reach. I'm gonna go. Between Chase Brown and Kendre Miller. I'm probably Kendre Miller just because seeing the running backs that got drafted after him.
I would rather had Roshan for sure.
Yeah.
James Conner's a role player.
I would have had AJ. I would rather had AJ Dillon or shit, even Antonio Gibson over Kendre Miller probably. But that's also looking in a today type of view. So
Right.
I'd probably say Kendre Miller is my reach in the 10th.
Sure. Good job, auto draft.
Very good job. Yes, for real.
Um, any
All right.
final remarks? Who do you think's gonna win the chip first season if you had to pick somebody?
Let's see. I hadn't really looked at the top 6 teams today. The first 6 teams I went over. I knew Matt had drafted a pretty win today type league team.
His team is gnarly.
Shit, I guess we're gonna get a Paul versus Matty V championship game this year, huh?
If we're going by what we think, yeah. Maybe damn James.
Yeah, maybe Woody might fucking surprise us. Yeah, he had to split his prize money with the auto draft.
That'd be so funny, dude.
Yeah, if I had to pick a winner today, I'm gonna go. Illidan.
Paul, okay. I'd
I
go
think he just
Matt.
has those receivers.
What definitely respectable. Having Kelsey's huge too.
Yeah, Kelsey, great. I don't want to say a great RB2, but good RB1, great receivers, great tight end. And quarterbacks, you got Rodgers and Pickett. I think they can give you some points every week. So,
Yeah, man. His team's pretty scary.
but Matty V got Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek and Devontae, Derrick Henry. Shit, it'll be a good matchup if they were play each other for sure.
Yeah,
I think they're the 2 favorites this year.
I agree.
Who do you think is gonna number 1 overall pick in the rookie draft next year?
Dude, it's Logan and it's not close. Respectfully. He's just got a lot of players that need to grow slash get healthy slash not gamble.
I think I'm gonna go Griff.
Griff? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna not be basic and pick Logan. I'm gonna go Griff for
Griff's got some
sure.
starters. JT being out hurts his team a lot.
Yeah. That Kenneth Walker having Charbonnet on him, Najee Harris being Najee, George Kittle getting injured, a couple games a season, and then the rest
That's
of after
fair.
this bench, like at the end of that, it's like nothing crazy on this bench after that.
He needs Kittle to be good. If Kittle's bad, his team's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
He
you would
needs
hope Sam
Ken
Laporta
Walker to be
breaks
the
out then at
guy.
that point.
Right. That's fair. Griff's team's not the best.
And Justin Herbert fucking let me down last year, so he can.
Dude, I
He's
think
not
he
even doing
throws for
anything.
5,000 yards this year. I
I
got
think he goes off, but that would just be my luck. He goes off the year after I draft him.
Jay
So
Herbo breakout incoming. Okay. I'm all tapped out, man. We talked fantasy for a long ass time.
yeah,
Any
I'm
final
definitely good.
final remarks?
Good luck, everybody. Hope none of y'all guys get injured and we all have a nice, healthy teams with no stress.
Hell yeah. We're gonna take dubs only. Everyone.
Dubs only.
See you, bro. Have a good day.
Later, you.